He just completed the final season of Disney's Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, but actor David Henrie is here to talk about his friendship with Selena Gomez, his new travel doc series, and a children's book. Is God bigger than a dragon? David Henrie on this Arroyo Grande. Come on. Go subscribe to the show right now. Turn those notifications on. We've got so many great guest legends coming in just a few weeks. I don't want you to miss that and some special programming. David Henrie has been playing Justin Russo on and off for about 20 years on the hit Disney series Wizards of Waverly Place and then Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, which he and his pal Selena Gomez co-produced. Though he is much more than that, David is now a travel show host, a children's book author, and of course, a dad and husband. He talked about all of it with me at iHeart Studios in LA. David, after 34 episodes, you finally closed the loop on Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. What was it like being in that, having the whole Russo clan back in that substation for that final episode?
It was magical. You know, you spend, like, I remember as a kid, you spend so much time in that set. You know, these sets are sets, they build them, they put them up, but they become a part of your life. It becomes your extended living room. And I spent years in that set. I mean, me, the cast, Selena, all of them, we would be having our lunches there, having dinners there, hanging out, talking. So to like walk up and see it there, my hair immediately stood on its ends. Wow. Like, it's like an involuntary reaction. I'd imagine it's like being brought back to like your, I don't know, college commissary or something. Like, immediately was hit with all these feelings. And it was a beautiful ending. I mean, family is best kept around a dinner table, and like to end the show, us around a table, was very meaningful, very moving.
Well, you always said the magic of the show wasn't the wands.
No.
What was it?
Family. Family. I've gotten so many messages, Raymond, so many. I got a message from a woman the other day who has, I could tell, a broken family and dealing with difficulties in her family life. She's a single mother. And this show has to do with a child who you find out is Selena's daughter, and she was, there's a complex family dynamic there. We have to reintroduce what family is, and this woman said, you brought a lot of healing to my family dynamic with this show. You really touched my heart and brought healing in a powerful way to her situation. She watched it with her daughter. She was a fan of the original show, and her daughter watched this, and for the both of them, it was this wonderful healing show that deals with deep family topics that really meant something to them. I've gotten countless messages like that. To me, it's like, that's why we're doing this. Like, we're trying to bring this to a whole new generation of kid. The enduring timelessness that can be in his family. That's what this is about.
Tell me what it's like to be part of that generational stretch where you've got original fans who watch this as kids who now are parents and have children of their own.
It's so cool. It's all being at an airport, and like a mom will come up to me with the daughter, and I don't know which one wants
who's
a picture.
Fan?
Yeah, who's the fan? I don't know which one. And some parents will be like, "Oh, my daughter wants a picture, but I was a bigger fan than that," you know. And that's the cutest thing in the world. Nice. Like, that was my hope. You know, we never wanted to do like a show for just adults. Like, that was never the goal. Was not, let's just do the same old show again. We have that show.
Or make it really dark, which they've done in the past, which other things have done.
Go off the deep end and go dark. It's like the Wizards exists. If fans want it, it's there.
Wizards Beyond Riverdale.
Yeah.
Do that next time. Yeah. I guess they have a whole zombie subplot. It's weird. Now, do you envision a film treatment that would return this Russo saga back to?
I think there's one more thing we're playing with. Nothing's official, but we are playing with something, you know, about a movie, or doing some sort of Disney Plus movie that explores more of the history, more of the lore, more of all of that. So we're kicking things around. Nothing's official. We're kicking things around, but you know, there's just so much gold to be mined with this series, with this family. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing we've set up.
Selena Gomez, your partner in crime on this, stepped behind the camera to direct some of these final episodes. What was that like, having somebody that you grew up with, knows you so well as an actor, as a person? Did that bring a different dynamic to things?
Completely. It was awesome. It was beautiful. She really directed. This wasn't like she phoned it in, or she was just like, I'm going to put this on my resume. Like, she got in there and she had ideas. Her instincts by way of blocking stop here on this line for this reason, it'll make it funnier, or plus this moment, or here's the rhythm, here's how it works. Like, she was spot on. I actually loved watching her work with the kids because she's been in their shoes, right? And she was able to give them little notes to help them find variance in their performances, and she nailed it. And she knows me so well. She'd come up to me and she'd be like, David, do more of your thing. Yeah. And then she'd just walk off.
Yeah, and you figured it.
I knew exactly what she wanted, and I did it, and I'd look back, and she'd be like, wow. So, it was beautiful. It was very fun.
Has marriage changed her at all?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say changed, I'd say blossomed. Like, it changed in a good way. She's blossomed. Like, she has so much of a peace with this relationship, with this dynamic, and I've gotten to know Benny more, and I really like the guy. Yeah. I really like the guy. He is so caring and so thoughtful. And there's a peace. We just the other day, with my son who's sitting out there, we went and swam over at their house with my kids, and like, I felt like I was with cousins. Like, it was so chill, so relaxing. There was no pretension, no anything. And Selena just is like peaceful. She's just floating.
Wow, how great. That's great. That's nice.
I'm so proud of her.
That's awesome. You've talked about the danger of an actor placing too much value on one performance or one role.
Yeah.
How do you communicate that to young actors, particularly these young actors you've been working with?
I was literally just talking about this with a young actor, and it's really tough because in our business, everything you do is based on performance, right? Yeah. It's like you're judged based on performance. You're only as good as your last thing. Yeah. Your value is very much linked to the roles. Yeah. So it takes a very conscious mental shift to say, ask yourself the question, do I realize that my value is not determined by a show or people's opinions? That's not where my value is. And to me, it's almost like a mental brainwash in a positive way. Like, every morning I ask myself that like 20 times, 5 to 20 times in the morning, and I just be peaceful with it. I breathe through it. And it just helps me stay detached, because if your relationship is not anchored, in my opinion, in God, then it's so easy to place your value in the eyes of other people. And, I wish there'd be a little psychological element to actors training. Like, hey guys, we're manipulating our minds for these roles, and it's easy to place our value. And I wish there would be like a mental health component to all acting, because it's like, if you're placing your value in this, you are done, you are hosed. And the people who I saw book the most when I was young, people that booked the most couldn't care less.
Yeah.
And I'd be the one in there like...
Well, the British actors have this quality. I trained and worked a little in Britain early on. They, and I also will say this, so many actors bring themselves and their personalities and bend the character to them. So it is them. It's not a separate character. We were taught,
much healthier.
Stella Adler taught us you build a character like a coat. You streamline it, you iron it, you shape it like shepherd's clothing. And you put it on for the show. And when the show's over, you throw it away. That's not you. That's the character. So it doesn't matter. They may like it. They may hate it. Doesn't matter. That's that character. For so many actors, the personality, the character, the tonality, that's all they've got.
Yes.
So it does feel like the audience is judging them.
Yes, 100%. Because you identify with that thing. The Meisner kind of school of, it's very unhealthy in my opinion. But to me, just playing make-believe, Stella Adler, like going in there going, I'm just playing make-believe in this moment, and then I come back out of it, and it's like I had fun. It's like with my kids, like we play make-believe, and I play the bowl, and I go in there and I buck them off, and then I'm done, and we're done with it. You can leave it alone.
Then we're back to
we're back to
gotta
life.
go study.
Yes, like that's the.
It's that play.
Yes.
That sense of play. I saw Johnny Depp the other day. He came out at Comic-Con dressed as Ebenezer Scrooge, and he's interacting with the audience. He's having a great time, and I thought, he has an amazing sense of play that we've lost. Among actors.
Yes.
It's a bad thing.
And it makes it fun.
Yeah.
Makes it fun.
Joy. What is he going to do next?
Yes.
Who's he going to be now?
Oh, it's such a joy to work with people who are playing. Like, I've been with people who are very method actors, and like, if they're playing a bad guy, they'll be a bad guy to you, even at lunch.
Right.
And it's just like,
won't talk to you at all.
I won't talk to you at all. It's like draining. It's draining. But did he play playing is the approach.
Yeah. Have fun. Have fun. Enjoy it. The audience will too.
Yes.
I want to talk about Seeking Beauty. This is your EWTN show.
Yes.
Premiered last year. You have a new season coming up.
Yes.
I want to tie the knot on this because this is related to a car ride you took. I believe you were 22 years old.
Yep.
With Kevin James.
Oh.
And you went out to a monastery.
Yes.
In Orange County.
Yes.
Tell me about that and how you ended up in the car at that point in your life.
This is a full. You're making this full circle. This is incredible. I mean, I'm not even. I'm connecting this all live now. But yeah, the monastery was a big deal. So I did this movie called Little Boy. Kevin was one of the guys in it.
That's right.
He became a dear friend. I lived down the road from him in Encino, literally like 3 blocks away. I just coincidentally lived near him. I started hanging out, meeting his family. I start changing my whole perspective on life and faith. I had so craved like an objective belief system. I grew up in relativistic Hollywood and, partying lifestyle, secular life, worldliness, materialism. And it left me empty. I call it like the bubblegum theory of pleasure. Like every time you eat a piece of bubblegum, it loses its flavor in a few moments. You pop another one in. At the end of the day, you've gone through the whole pack and now you just feel worse than you did when you started. That was me before I met Kevin and before I did this movie and like changed my belief system. Wow. So suddenly I start discovering the Greek philosophical tradition, Thomas Aquinas, Fulton Sheen, Frank Sheed, all these great authors. And I find my way to God, literally. And Kevin literally goes, hey, I'm going to this beautiful monastery in Southern California after New Year's Day, yeah. And he goes, you should do your general confession. I was like, what's that? So I learned about what it was, and I wrote a whole chapter book and to bring to the priest there, a wonderful priest at St. Michael's Abbey in Orange County. Yeah. And I go there. It's this beautiful monastery in the hillside in the country. You're all alone out there. There's wilderness and this gorgeous monastery. And I do my general confession, and I tell you what, I didn't quite know how to do it right. Like at a certain point, the priest was like, I don't need names. Like just amount and what, and like keep buzzing through it, buddy. I was like, sorry. I was like flipping through. But I felt so relieved after that. But it was the monastery that changed my life. Wow. And now you're connecting these dots for me. But now in seeking beauty, God is so good because 16 years later, after my conversion, I'd be doing this show about some of the most beautiful art and architecture all over Italy, all over Spain in the second season, seeing these monasteries. And on the Spain season, I have a life-changing moment too that connects to the first miraculous moment around my wife now having a baby. It's a crazy story, but it's like crazy how full circle all this comes. It's like unbelievable.
Well, that monastery is so beautiful. St. Michael's in Norbertine Abbey. And I'm wondering, was a seed planted there? That's something, beauty has its own convicting power, which is really the focus of the show.
Yes.
Did you have that experience going there?
Completely, Raymond, completely. The beauty of that place, it's not a conscious realization, it's just a impression that you're given. I go to that place and I was just hit, and it made a hunger in me and a craving to study it, to know it, to learn it. And undoubtedly, that's connected to what we're doing in this series, 100%. And it's the same feeling.
Do you think beauty is objective?
Completely.
That everybody has, but everybody doesn't have the same reaction to
So I will say there's an objective component and a subjective component. Okay. Objectively, there are things that are beautiful, waterfalls, nature, certain forms of art, architecture. There's an objective quality to it. Now, subjectively, I might have my own opinion on what style I like or what's better, but there is an objective quality for it, There's an objective element to it. There's symmetry, proportion, clarity, radiance, like all these things factor into the objective beauty of a thing. Right. However, if we were to admit that there is no objective quality and it's only subjective, then that's how we get people putting poop in the middle of a table and saying it's art and selling it off.
It's worth $500,000.
It's worth $500,000. Didn't a banana that was taped to the wall sold for $6 million? It's like, clearly there's a problem here. Yeah. And I think if we're to pick at that, it's like, okay, there is an objective quality that's undeniable.
But you see, now I'm gonna make trouble for you.
Please, hit me.
Watching the series, I thought, look at all these splendid places he's going to. Most of them connected to the faith in some way.
Yes.
They were homages to God, really. The artist is building these monuments to reflect man's straining for the divine. That's really what all of this is. Yeah. Yet, the church has walked away from its patrimony of art and architecture. And when that happens, of course the world is going to slip away from the world.
Completely. Yeah. I think it's a huge mistake. Why? Why is it that the church once had a fundamental understanding that what you see has a fundamental impression on the culture? Yeah. And by making buildings, monasteries, paintings, art beautiful, you're creating a culture that just takes it in by osmosis. When you're walking down the street in Europe, you have this incredible feeling of like, this has all been planned out well. I can walk places. There's these beautiful buildings. And it's still so, why is it that millions of people still visit these old things, right?
Right.
It's because that mentality was on the forefront of their mind. They knew, like if you had to pick between like art, law, and politics, they knew art impacts the culture. And that was the tip of the spear. That was the tip of the spear. Why is it?
It's the heart.
Yes, it hits right in the heart. Why is it that the church backed off? Why did we get out of the game?
I don't
Why did we
know.
lose that importance?
I don't know. I'm watching. I saw the other people send me these things of a bishop, dancing around, and they're dancing to rap music. Okay, this is not what we signed up for.
Yes.
And it in some ways it diminishes what you're there for. And just when you were talking earlier, I thought Kevin James 20 years ago told me, sitting where you're sitting, it was watching Gibson's Passion of the Christ that brought him back to the church. So it was art that convicted this guy, who then has affected all these other people, including you.
And you want to know a crazier full circle moment?
Yeah.
I introduced Mel and Kevin on my movie Monster Summer that I directed.
Oh, wow.
So Mel's doing Monster Summer, right?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
thank you
Yeah,
for
I
promoting.
remember.
We're on set. Kevin happens to be nearby doing stand-up. And Kevin was wanting to do a little role in my movie. So Kevin says, yes, I'll do the role. I'm in town for a day. And I go, let's get dinner with Mel. I know you like Mel. We got lunch, actually, with the two of them. They sat across from one another. And I was just silent watching Kevin tell Mel how important Passion was to him and how it changed his life. And you know what Mel said? Mel got emotional. And he said, maybe the only reason I made the movie was for you.
Yeah.
Both of them were choked up, and it was just to sit there and watch like these two heavyweights. That was such a beautiful moment, and that's all full circle with Kev.
Well, the power of art, the power of faith.
Oh, it was a beautiful
It's
moment.
all intertwined, and if you listen, good things happen. You told the story of buying a painting of the Holy Family. I think it was in Florence. You and your wife.
Yeah.
Why did you buy that? What's the connection there?
So we as a family, we love the Holy Family. Like just my family, we love the Holy Family. And I've been wanting a picture of the Holy Family that my kids can grow up with and look and understand.
In the house,
In the house. I wanted something beautiful and striking and big. But I wanted a younger St. Joseph. I wanted my kids to see a family that looks more normal. And I understand why artists would make St. Joseph very old. There's the protecting of Mary's virginity. There's a lot of different theological
But
reasons.
she was probably 16 and he was probably 35.
Exactly.
I mean, he's not an ancient old, but he's always depicted an ancient old man. When I did when we did
weird.
the illustrations for the Spider Safe Christmas book, he came back with an old man, and I said, no old man. I want him to be, he's got to fight things off. He's the protector.
100%.
She can't be caring for him. It's got to be the other way around.
1000%.
And historically, that's probably true. But go on, I'm
that was Jewish tradition too. Like it would have been
that's
twice as old as the girl. It would have been
Yeah.
about that thing. Like that's a thing. But I wanted a younger St. Joseph. I wanted our kids to see more of a normal looking family and a strong St. Joseph. And so I've been praying like, hey, when we go on this trip, if I see something, I'm definitely going to buy it.
And take it home.
So we get into this place with the teacher of the Florence School of Art, named Sophia Novelli, and she tells the story how she has this painting and she painted it. She had been kind of out of work and kind of not getting commissions, and she just painted this. She hadn't painted something on commission in years, and she was like, I just felt called to paint this painting, and I figured the right person would buy it, but no one's been buying it, and I painted this beautiful image of the Holy Family where you have St. Joseph just handing a little nail to Jesus who has a hammer. And their hands are holding the nail and the hammer. And it's just a little teaching moment where he's teaching Jesus how to be a carpenter and obviously foreshadowing to what's happening. And then Our Lady's next to him undoing a knot in like some sort of shawl looking thing. And Our Lady Undoer of Knots is a massive devotion of mine. So I saw this, I heard this story, and I was like, well, will you sell it to me? I have to buy this. And she got emotional. And
Wow.
yeah, so now it hangs right next to my bed, and it's a beautiful oil painting that we'll have forever.
Beautiful. Well, speaking of forever,
Yes.
There's a new book you all have written, you and your wife, Maria, who's a private person. Maria, since her days in beauty pageants, we haven't heard very much from Maria.
No.
But she's co-written this book with you.
Yes.
Is God Bigger Than a Dragon? Where did this come from?
So this came from the little kid who's sitting outside right now. My son, James. Kids ask inquisitive questions, and little kids are trying to understand, like, who is God?
Right.
They're trying to wrap their heads around this. And James would come up to me, and he'd go, Papa, is God bigger than New York City? Is God bigger than a megalodon? Is God bigger than a dragon? Than a fire-breathing dragon? And he'd ask me all these incredible questions, and my wife and I started writing them down, and we turned to each other one day, and we said, babe, this is a book. Like, this is a book. This is a cute little book.
Yeah.
So we have question and a rhymed response that they rhyme back.
Right.
And then in the bottom of every corner of every page,
Is-
we put a little Bible verse.
Yeah.
Because at the end, so, we have a psalm or a Bible verse in
Right.
every corner.
Yeah.
And at the end of the book, we have a note that says, turn this into a Bible study. Get to know your Bible better. What's your kid's favorite image? Go to that image, open up your Bible, flip to the page, and the verse corresponds perfectly to the image.
And the thought.
Yeah, and the thought. So it's like a way to, I don't know, get into a little Bible study with your kids and read a fun book. It was a joy to work on.
How did you all collaborate? That can be a little trying.
Oh, it was great. It got feisty at times, over this word or that word or this word or that word. But it was fun. It was fun. We loved it. This was a pet project, so it was in bed at night, late at night. We'd just be doing one question at a time. What do you think of this? We're sitting in bed, maybe having a glass of wine or something, and it was our pet project, and we loved it. It was so fun. And yeah, my wife, because when we got married, she was just like, you have such a public thing going on. She's like, I don't want any part of that. I just want to take care of the family. I want to live my vocation as a mother and as a wife. And she's been amazing at that. She's been amazing at that, yeah.
Yeah,
So this is our first thing we did together.
You're going to do another?
We do have another one coming.
Oh, okay.
Is God stronger than a superhero?
Oh. I could answer it now, but I'm going to leave you in suspense. You've spent your career writing and performing for teenagers on the Disney Channel and in other pursuits. My question is it more difficult landing a joke for a 15-year-old or writing for the toddler set?
This is way harder because for a kid to understand it, it has to be so simple. You can't use fancy descriptors. You can't use fancy words. It's like, this is for a 2 to 8-year-old. And to have a 2 to 8-year-old understand some of these big questions, because some of the questions we have is God bigger than the dark? Is he bigger than my fears? Well, if he's that big, does he care about little me? And you have to balance it. You have to use simple and direct words. So that was kind of hard.
Yeah. If you had to put in one sentence to the fans who know you as Justin Russo, what would you tell them you're doing now in your career?
Here's my purpose. Like the Russos who brought beautiful themes to the world and healing experiences through story. My goal is to take that same attitude and represent it in a whole new way in shows, movies, books for the masses. I want to use stories to entertain, elevate, and resonate the culture.
That's a good sentence. I'll take that. Okay, you already answered my Arroyo Grande questionnaire, which we did last time.
That was very fun.
But I've come up with new questions.
Okay,
Rapid fire.
yes.
Very quick. Ready?
Ready.
Your favorite book and what you're reading now?
Well, both. The Hobbit to my son.
Oh, okay.
By far my favorite book.
There you go. Why?
Oh, it hits on it. Talk about hitting on the fundamental depth of humans and what we go through in life. It's that Chesterton quote about dragons.
Yeah.
It's a dragon.
Fairy
tales don't exist. You're not trying to prove the existence of a dragon, but that it can be slayed.
Right.
Or that it can be defeated.
It's not that the dragon doesn't exist, but that the dragon can be slayed. Yeah.
Yes, the dragon can be slayed.
Yeah.
That book is all about that.
Yeah.
And it forms me and it forms my son. Like they have a journey. They're up against things. They have to overcome all of human nature's obstacles you can throw at you to try to get and achieve the mission. And I think
the child already knows the dragon's there, which
and he
is
already
the rest
knows
of that quote. Yeah.
100%. Like I love that book.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh, favorite movie of all time. A Man for All Seasons.
Man for All Seasons.
I love that movie. That is such a profound and great movie.
Great movie.
So many good ones. I
Least favorite movie.
I like Gladiator. I like Master and Commander.
Oh yeah,
that's a really
that's
good one for my son especially.
Russell Crowe
It's
fan.
intense, but he loves it. Oh yeah. Least favorite movie. Sheesh. Oh boy.
Be honest.
Oh, I got to think. There's so many that I haven't enjoyed.
Whatever came out last week.
Yeah. Exactly. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of those. I'll have to think about that, Raymond.
Okay, I'll leave that aside. What would you be doing if you weren't doing this?
I would have something to do with art and design around homes.
Huh?
I love architecture. I love art. I love design. I built my house. I love that process.
Wow.
So I would maybe an architect or something with a designer around homes.
What's the fact about you that nobody knows?
I'm left-handed.
Oh.
I'm left-handed. Everyone assumes I'm right-handed.
Wow. See that? A lefty. What is your greatest fear?
Failure.
Failure.
My greatest fear is failure. It's been something that I've had to work on. And, back to the beginning of this conversation with an actor, you're always trying to succeed. You're always trying to succeed. And your biggest fear is failing, not doing a good job, not nailing it. And so for me, failure has always been a fear that I've had to detach from.
And a motivator?
And a motivator. It has pushed me to work really hard, so it can be a great motivator. But fear and excitement are the same emotion, so I try to choose excitement.
Mother Angelica used to always say, don't worry about failure. Worry about not making the effort in the first place. Which is, an interesting way to kind
it's
of
so
turn
Catholic.
it on its ear.
That's such a Christian mentality, because it's like the outcome kind of is irrelevant.
Yeah, it's not yours.
But it's how you do it.
Right.
There's you have two soccer teams. There's good people on both sides.
Right.
It's like the outcome doesn't matter.
Yeah.
How you do it matters. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
What's the word you wish you heard more often?
Oh, Raymond, these are deep questions. The word I wished I heard more often.
And doesn't have to be just one. It can be a little phrase.
Just something about belief, something about belief. I grew up in a very competitive household. I knew my parents believed in me, and they pushed me. But my father loved him to death, was not a very emotive person, So I just wish there was a little more belief. But no, that's not a slight on my parents, because they're so lovely, so wonderful, so incredible. I love my parents. But belief.
Belief. Yeah, the word, when somebody asks me that, what's the word you wish you heard more often? Raymond, you're right. That's what I prefer to hear.
I love it.
Thank you.
Raymond, you're right in this interview. Thank you so much,
it.
my friend.
Thank
It was
you,
awesome.
David Henrie. Always
Thank
great.
you. Thank you.
Is God Bigger Than a Dragon by David and Maria Henrie is available November 10th in bookstores everywhere. It's a fun read. I hope you'll come back to Arroyo Grande soon. Why settle for a dry, constricted life when if you fill it with wisdom and knowledge and truth, it can flow into a broad, thriving Arroyo Grande? I'm Raymond Arroyo. Make sure you subscribe, like this episode. Thanks for diving in. We'll see you next time. Arroyo Grande is produced in partnership with DP Studios and iHeart Podcasts and is available on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.